So before I show gameplay, I just wanted to go ahead and kind of give you guys a brief introduction to this game. Oh my god, I can talk. A brief introduction. Hey guys, me here. Well, future me. Uh, so I was editing this video and I noticed that the volume, like my mic volume, might have been a little low. I'm still figuring out all this video editing stuff. I've just got my software today. I've just been working with the free trial for a while, so I picked up the full version. So yeah, apologies for any audio issues and or editing issues. I'm working on it, and yeah, so that's gonna be it. Enjoy the rest of the video. So I'm just gonna read off of the wiki for this. So this is Bright Memory, otherwise known as Bright Memory Episode 1. And it is a FPS game developed by Chinese independent developer FYQD Personnel Studio. And it was created by one guy, which I think I've mentioned before. So just amazing work. And he's working to produce the next chapter, which was more or less technically scrapped to just come out with a full game, aka Bright Memory Infinite, which is set to release sometime later this year, assuming everything goes to plan. Also, can we talk about this music? You can't see this, but I'm totally jamming out. Alright. So yeah, this was developed by a whole one guy, and he released this through Steam's early access program in 2019. And you can also play this on your Xbox Series X or S if you have one of those. Some notes on this game. It looks great, honestly. The graphics are pretty darn good. And I'm running this on a pretty modest PC. Let's see. So, kind of how I feel, or my thoughts on the game anyway. So it's kind of got like a Titanfall-esque movement set. And you've got like elements from Doom Eternal, for example, like the gunplay. You've got weapon swapping. In a good chunk of this game, you have technically four weapons to swap through. So you've got your assault rifle, your shotgun, your pistol, and your sword. And you can kind of swap between those pretty readily. The only quote-unquote downside is going to be your reloads. So like with Doom Eternal, you don't have to reload. There's just sometimes like downtime in between when you can use certain weapons. And you can weapon swap to kind of, cancel the animation, and you swap back and your weapon's ready again. With this game, you can't exactly do that. You have to reload, and there's no reload cancel or anything. So you have to go through the full reload animation to have your weapon ready again, which may or may not be, a good thing. Because on one side, maybe that was a purposeful design decision, and that's cool. But on the other side, it kind of slows you down just a little bit. So it might limit the amount of enemies they can throw at you at one point. But he might be changing that for the full release of the game. Because it looks like they'll be adding wall running, which is not currently in this game, which is fine. Which again kind of leads into my point of this being, movement-wise, feels like Titanfall 2. So you've got like obviously running, You can reload while you're running, and you've got kind of like a boost jump if you need to clear large gaps, as well as a grapple, which is pretty cool. And you've got dashing in all directions but forward. And honestly, I kind of wish you could dash forward too. Just because I'm used to being able to do that in like Doom, for example. But yeah, so movement like Titanfall 2. You've got gunplay kind of like Doom, because you can optimize how you use your weapons. So I can like unload the assault rifle, for example, and I run at him with that, and then I can start hacking with the sword and maybe hit him with an AoE blast, and then use that time to reload or switch to a different weapon. So you can kind of maximize your DPS to a certain point, of course, because like I said, you have to go through full reload animations. So yeah, and then some of the kind of look of it, even though it looks, a lot of it's very futuristic looking, but you've also got elements that kind of remind me very much of Dark Souls. There's a very poignant Dark Souls reference in there, and I'll bring it up when I get to it. It's very obvious, but a lot of the aesthetics kind of remind me of Dark Souls, which isn't a bad thing at all. So if I had to kind of say it reminded me of anything, again, gunplay of Doom Eternal, movement of Titanfall 2, and like something I didn't mention is like the boss fights, and again, kind of how it looks in certain areas remind me of Dark Souls, and a little bit of like Tomb Raider feel to it with some of the like environmental puzzles. I can't talk today. Still waking up. So yeah, that's all I have to say about it. I'll get into the clip of me playing and dying a couple times, because this game can be hard. And I don't know who he got to do the music. I don't know if it was him or somebody else, but man, this menu music is amazing. And the rest of the music is pretty good as well. But this menu music. Let's start recording. Hold on though. Alright, that's confusing. Okay, so we're recording. We got the gameplay. Alright, we're gonna try this again. God damn. Okay, yeah, that killed me. Wow, 120 frames. That's amazing. A, I can't see that shit on this monitor, and B,
these monsters don't seem very friendly.
That guy does not stay airborne for very long. Okay, we're still recording. Good.
These monsters don't seem...